What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Zen's Room. xyZen's back and he's at it again. I've got something pretty awesome prepared for you. This episode will be the beginning of my first big project. I've been testing, I've been designing, I've been finalizing all kinds of stuff, trying to figure out the best way to go about doing a mob spawner. And I have to say, I've come upon a really high efficiency, easy to use, awesome design with lots of different features, and I cannot wait to get started building it and showing it to you guys. So let's take a look in these chests over here. I've got quite a lot of stuff. I almost have 3 full double chests here. So this will be the basic base of the spawner itself, the walls and the pads and everything where the mobs will spawn. And then these are all the details, the redstone functions, and just little blocks that go here and there. Then this is just some other stuff that comes in the bigger stacks, and the dirt here I'm just going to be using as scaffolding to get up and down so that I don't fall and all kinds of stuff while I'm building. It just gives me a way to place blocks easily. I'll do my very best to show you guys as I build everything that goes into it so that it makes sense and everything, but I will be making a tutorial later on to make it more easily understandable and make it a lot easier for you to customize it when you want to build it in your own world. So don't worry about that. Let's take a trip to my spawn chunks so that I can set up a linked nether portal so that I can have easy access to the spawner and to my spawn chunks. If you watched the very first episode of Zen's Realm, you should recognize exactly where I am because this is where I started out at the very beginning. I have my compass here so that I can figure out the exact spawn point, and it should be somewhere around like right here. I've already gone into creative and figured out where my spawn chunks are, where they're centered around, so that I can figure out where I'm going to be building all of the stuff that I need to build in my spawn chunks. I'm not going to go through and explain everything about spawn chunks, so if you need to find more information about that, I'll leave a link in the description so that you can find your own and find out what all they can do for you. So now that I know where my spawn point is and therefore where I'm going to be building, I'm going to go ahead and pillar up high into the sky so that I can get better drop rates on this spawner. It is really important that you either light up every single cave underneath the ground or you pillar up really high in the sky to get a really high efficiency mob spawner. As you can see now, I've made it very, very, very high. Ocean level is at block 64, and this block underneath me is block 200. So now I'm ready to build the very, very, very bottom of the base of this spawner. So there we go. I've got a nice platform here. If you don't know how to build in the sky, it's pretty simple. What you do is you hang over the edge of the block by holding left shift or whatever control you have set to sneak, and then you just hit the side of each block as you go along, and that keeps you from falling down. So here we have the second layer done. I've just added glowstone in for lighting and a little platform back here as kind of a home away from home after the spawner is finished. And I've gone ahead and made this nether portal, and I'm going to light it, but I'm not going to go inside. And that's because I'm going to go back to my home base and divide the coordinates of this nether portal by 8. Go to those coordinates, build a new nether portal inside the nether, light that portal, and then I will end up coming out of here. So instead, I'm just going to jump off the side here and hope I don't land in anything. Oh, alright. Oh no, creepers around. I better be careful though. Maybe I shouldn't have done this at night, huh? Alright, here I am at my nether portal inside the nether. So like I said, I've divided the coordinates of my nether portal up in the overworld by 8, and I've arrived at 62, and then the y coordinate is not as important, and -3. So I'm going to go over here. It should be somewhere right about here that I want to start. There we go. Now when I go through this, I should arrive right on that platform that I just built. Cross your fingers. Yes, and here we are, exactly as planned. As a final touch to the platform, I've gone around and added upside down stairs, as you can see below me, underneath where all of the walls will go, just by hanging over the side and placing them as I showed you before. Now that I have my nether portals all linked up, I can easily bring supplies back and forth between here and my home base. So, it's montage time! So there we go, the base of the spawner is complete. I've just got a nice little collection area here for you to sort through the items that I've collected and put them into storage really easily. The nether portal, of course, and this nice little area where you can sleep and store your items to be teleported back home. And this up here is for XP collection specifically. Now, I'm going to leave you to guess what these little areas right here with the water at the bottom are for. I'm not going to tell you until at the very end when the spawner is 100% complete. So the next thing I have to do is create the collection tubes where the mobs will be collected from the spawner and sorted out so that all the spiders get killed so they don't clog the system and such. Now as I do this, I'm also going to be placing this torch tower, 2 of them, which will be used to turn on and off the timing system, which will flush the spawner out and keep all the mobs flowing pretty quickly. So now I'm just going to go basically like this. Just takes a torch and some andesite, put a torch and andesite on top of it, and that will send the redstone signal upward. And then I'm going to go around and add my glass as well. Now that I've made it 24 blocks up, meaning that there are 24 blocks beneath my feet before I'd be touching the ground, I'm going to go ahead and put some signs down here, 1 block below where I am, and then some water over the top of it. And what that will do is reset the fall damage anytime the mobs fall down, so that when they hit the ground, they'll have exactly 1/2 or 1 heart left, so they can be killed in 1 or 2 hits very easily. So I've just gone up an extra 2 blocks here, and I'm going to be placing kind of an odd block here, which you'll see what that's for in a moment here. So now I need to place some blocks out here so that the water can flow and push all of the mobs from the hole at the bottom of the spawner into the tube here. And so I need to put some blocks around that to make sure that the water doesn't leak out all over me, of course. So with that part done, I'm just going to extend the opposite side out a little bit. And this part is for lava instead. So what this will do is, since this hole here is not 4 blocks, like 2 by 2, the spiders will be pushed through but not able to fall down, while the other mobs will all be able to fall. So with the lava here, the spiders will be pushed into it and they will not be able to clog the system. So now I've extended the whole area up 1 extra block and put the top over where the lava will go. As you can see, it's a 3 tall area, and that's for a specific reason, because when I put these half slabs here, if I can do it correctly, they'll provide an extra little space for the spiders to get pushed into there, because they'll be bobbing up and down in the water as they go along into the lava. And it also gives them an extra space to go backward, so that when they're being pushed by other mobs, the mobs won't get stuck until the spider dies. The spider will actually get pushed all the way into the lava before it even dies, so that it can let the other mobs through more quickly. Now I just need to place some signs here to keep the lava in place. Here we go. And it has 2 sections. One is for if they climb all the way up to the top, and one is just for when they're being pushed. So now I probably just going to place a couple half slabs back here really quickly, so that when I put my lava down, it can spread out all the way. Let me see if I can get this. There we go. And that way I only have to use 1 lava bucket for that, so it's pretty easy to do. So now I've gone around and I've extended it up another block, and I've left these areas here for even more water to go. So I need to put some signs here so I can show you what that's for. I just extend them out like this so that I don't have to put them underneath and I don't have to use as many signs. So then what happens is I put water here, and then I'm going to do it on the other side, on the opposite side, so that it kind of creates a little rotational area, so that when the spiders are both trying to be pushed in at the same time, one on each side, they'll be pushed into different corners, and that way they'll have a much quicker time just being pushed down into the very bottom. So now I just have 1 more sign to place down here, and I'm ready to put my last water bucket down there at the bottom. It should go over here. Since I have that extended block over there, I want to put it on the same side as that one. So now, as you can see, if a mob falls down into this water, they get pushed into the corner. Then they get pushed down through here. Their fall damage is reset, and they fall down here. This water will not be here. I just use this as a water source. Alright, so there is our beautiful collection tower all completed. Now all that's left to do is build the actual spawner on top of it and the redstone mechanisms and everything that go into it. And I'm not going to have time for that this episode, but I have a cool little project prepared back at base, so let's head back there so I can show you what I got. So here we are back at base in my furnace room. I wanted a way to put a crafting table here or somewhere in this area, and I just don't think it looks very good. So instead I want to be able to flip this switch, have the crafting table pop up, and then flip it back and have it disappear, completely hidden from sight. So I've gone ahead and cleared out this little space back here. It shouldn't take too much space. I found a nice video on how to do this by Mumbo Jumbo, and I'll provide the link in the description. It's pretty simple concept here. So what I need to do is get a couple pistons and sticky pistons. I've already got one piston up there. So I just need 2 regular pistons and 2 sticky or 1 sticky piston, I mean. And then I need a couple repeaters and some torches. So I need to put a repeater here, put a regular piston here, just 1 block below where the crafting table will pop out of the wall. Then I need to put my torches in the block with the repeater, and they just need to go all the way up. So just like that. Put 1 on each, and I'll do the rest in a minute here. So then I need my sticky piston to be right about here, right behind where the crafting table will go. Then I just need to pillar up a little bit here so that I can put my repeater and my last torch here. And that should be it, actually. Now you can see when I flip the switch here, the pistons all fire in the correct order. So here's what we do. We just place our crafting table down here at the bottom, put our blocks there. So now when I flip the switch, crafting table pops out, crafting table is gone. Just fill in the remaining area here, and I'm already done. It's open, and it's closed. Well, that's all the time I have for this episode. I hope you'll join me next time where I'm going to build the actual spawner itself so we can get this thing up and running and start collecting a lot of XP, doing a lot of enchanting. I am ready for this. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.